Video is talking about variation. Variation is the relationship between two or more quantities such that any change in one affects the other. Any quantity in such relationship which is not affected by such change is called constant. For example, y is directly related to z means that y is equal to kz, where k is a constant. Similarly, y is directly related to p raised to power 3 means that y is equal to cp raised to power 3, where c is the constant. There are 4 types of variation. We have direct variation, we have inverse, we have joint, and a partial variation. But now we want to start about the direct variation. A direct variation, y varies directly as x. In written as y direct proportional to s, that is, y is equal to kx, where k is a constant. Let's try to find one example. Example 1. If p varies directly as r and r is equal to 6 when p is equal to 10, find the relationship between p and the r. B, r when p is equal to 12.5. Let's start solving. Let's have the solution. In solution from the facts in A, the question said that P is directly proportional to R. According to the statement said that if P varies directly as R. So that is the meaning. So the mathematical interpretations of this, we call it a mathematically, that is to say, our P will be equal to KR. We are able to import constants to the equation. So, but from there, we will be given the values of R. The question says when R is equal to 6 and the P is equal to 10. So let's try to substitute the value and get the value of constant. So our P is 10 is equal to K to multiply R, that is 6. So for K to multiply R, let's try to rewrite it. If you said A is equal to B, you can decide to say B is equal to A. So therefore we have K times 6 is equal to 10. Let's divide both sides by 6. This will cancel this. Our K, it will be 5 to divide 3. So that is the value of constant. But the question let us to know that the relationship between P and R, the relationship between P and R. So getting the relationship, since we're able to have gotten the value, the relationship is P is equal to KR. So let's put the value of K to understand the relationship. It will be 5 over 3 of R. So this singular value is what we call relationship. You can be able to see, we call this a relationship. So we are going to be using the relationship to find some values. So the B part tell us, it said R when P is equal to 12.5. So, and we are able to have a relationship to have 5 over 3 of R. And our question is to find the value of R. One of our video has able to deal about some topic that we call changing of formulae. Let's make R as a subject of the value. So we have P over 1 is equal to 5R over 3. So let's try to cross multiply to have 3P is equal to 5R. So if 3P is equal to 5R, so tell us that the value of our R from here, our R will be 3P over 5. Now from that angle, we have been given P to be 12.5. 3 times 12.5 to divide by 5. So the value of our R as at this junction will be, so 5 here 1, 5 here will be 2.5. So it will be 3 times 2.5. So which the value of our R will be 7.5. So I want you to stay tuned for the next example. So for you, before you do your class work, you need to understand it better and more than this. We are still under direct variation. 2 under the variation, the quantity P varies directly as a square of Q. When P is 27, Q is 6. Find the relationship between P and Q, the value of P when Q is equal to 10, and Q when P is equal to 18 on number 3 over 4. So let's try to find a solution to this. So from the first statement, we say that the quantity P varies directly. This is the meaning, varies directly as Q squared. Let me try to reduce the values of so telling you that if P varies directly as square of Q, mean that P is equal to KQ square. So, and we will be given the value of P that when P is equal to 27 and Q is equal to 6. From the formula given, which is P is equal to KQ square, we have 27 is equal to K6 square. So we are using this to find the value of K, and after finding the value of K, we get the relationship. As I've said from the first example, that if A is equal to B, B can also be A. Since they are equal, it means K onto 6 square is equal to 27. Telling you from here, from these junctions, that K to multiply 36 is equal to 27. So now, we try to make K as a subject of the formula by dividing both sides by 36. 36 to cancel, we have K is equal to 27 over 36. But we still discover that something can go here. 9 can go in 27 to have 3. 9 can go in 36 to have 4. So therefore, K is equal to 3 over 4. So if K is equal to 3 over 4, and our first statement lets us to know that P is equal to KQ square. So this one is the relationship, but we need to put to really get the relationship, we need to put the value of constant to be 3 over 4 Q square. So that is the relationship, and the question continues from that angle, that for the question B, it still continues to say the value of P when Q is equal to 10. So it said when Q is equal to 10, And the relationship is 3 over 4 q squared. So let's try to put the value now. We have p is equal to 3 over 4 to multiply 10 squared. So we have a 3 over 4 and a 10 squared is 100. So from that angle, 4 here 1, 4 here 25. So the value of our p, it is 3 times 25, which is equal to 75. So the value now is 75. So we still have to continue because of the third questions, which is, he said, the value of q when p is equal to 18 number 3 over 4. So we want to know the value of q. So now let's try since able to understand the relationship, you are still going to use the relationship because 3 over 4 q squared is the relationship. But before you try to input the value of p into it, let's try something by making q as a subject of the formula. So we have a 4p is equal to 3q squared. So telling you that q squared is equal to 4p over 3. So we are able to do this, and when you need the video that talks about change your formula, you can comment in the comment sections and let us know. We send it to you, or you search it in my channel. So let's even leave it at q squared. So our q squared is equal to 4p over 3. And the value of our p as at this angle, so is, by the time we multiply, let me try to, so by the time we add 4 times 18, we give you 72. 72 plus 3, so it will be 75. So make it 4 over 3 to multiply 75 over 3. So that is exactly what we need. So which we have, as from this place, it will give us 3 here, 1, 3 here, that is 25. So we have, let me check it. Oh, it's over 4, sorry. So it is over 4. So 4 here 1, 4 here 1. So the final one is q squared is 25. So the value of our q, by the moment you find the square root of the both side, we have the square root of 25. This, we cancel this. Our q will be plus or minus 5. So that is the value of q. So let's try to do one more example before I give you the work to do, so you're able to solve it better. Example 3, under the variation, the quantity z varies directly as the square root of y. When y is equal to 4, z is equal to 3. Find the relationship between y and z. B, the value of y when z is equal to 15. C, the value of z when y is equal to 16. So let's try to, the first thing which you want to put in place, it is the statement that says that z varies directly as the square root of y. So this statement really matters. So in writing it in a mathematical form, we have z is equal to k onto square root of y. So as at this junction, so what you need to do now is that we will be given the value of y and the z. So which is our z is, from this angle, when we are given z, when z is equal to 3, y is equal to 4. So we have a 3 is equal to k to multiply the square root of 4. So, and the root 4 is equal to 2. But sometimes I can put it plus or minus 2. But let's put it in 2 to make it easy to have a k times 2. So we have 3 is equal to 2k. As at that place, if 2k, 3 is equal to 2k, 2k can also be 3. Our k will now be 3 over 2. So, from the relationship we are able to have written, which is equal to z is equal to k onto square root of y. Therefore, our z is equal to 3 over 2 root y. So this is the relationship that we are to find. So, now, the B part of the question says that the value of y when z is equal to when z is equal to when z is equal to 15. So let's try to input the value of 15 into it. We have 15 is equal to 3 over 2 to multiply root y. So let's try to put it in normal fraction to obey the rules of cross multiplication. So this is a fraction, that's 15 over 1. It will be 2 times 15 is equal to 1 times 3 root y. So we have 30 is equal to 3 root y. So 3 can cancel this. We have 10 is equal to root y. So if 10 is equal to root y can also be 10. So let's carry both sides. We have a root y is equal to square is equal to 10 square. So this we cancel this. Our y will be 10 times 10, which is equal to 100. So the value of y is equal to 100. So now the C part of the question, which you need to put in place, we have to find the value of z when y is equal to 16. So let's try to put the value to have as z is equal to 3 over 2 root y. That is the relationship. And our z will now be 3 over 2 to multiply root 16. So therefore, and the root 16 is plus or minus 4. But let's try to choose one to have z is equal to 3 over 2 to multiply 4. So, as at that place, we have 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So the value of z will be 3 times 2, which is equal to c. So the value of z is equal to c. So, as you're able to watch this, so the next is to go to the classwork and able to solve it and send it to me in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Just click a subscription button. This will only build our gain in this platform. Subscribe and send and share this video to many people. So let's just try to go to the classwork. So the classwork is this. If y varies directly as the square of x and y is equal to 72 when x is equal to 6, find the equation connecting y and x. B, the value of y when x is equal to 15. C, the value of x when y is equal to 450. So question 2, the force F exerted by a spring varies directly as its extension E. A force of 96 newtons stresses the spring by 12 centimeters. Now, the equation relating F and E that affects 2 on 2. The force required to stress the spring by 18 centimeters. C, the extension produced by a force of 176 newtons. So I'll be expecting your solution in my comment section, or if eventually you are lucky to be in the group, and if you want to join the group, you can send message to us and we add it to the group. Whenever we are solving any problem, we send it to the group and able to watch the video. So thanks for watching the video and thanks for doing this.